there's the stats. We're still about the same. We've had one lost weather day and 2 lost power days. Hopefully the snow is going to hold off until after the project's completed. At least that's my hope. We're into the 25th month of the project. Can I have the next slide, Carrie, please? In this one, we're in pretty much all of the areas on the left side here, F, G, A, and E. Finishing things up. Next slide, please. Okay, the Gold Gym, we're finishing most of that up today. There's still some items that have to be taken care of. There's another scoreboard that has to go up. Bleacher installers were there today. They drilled the holes in the floor for the volleyball nets. The terrazzo patching is completed except for the lobby area where it still has to be finished. There's a coating that has to go over it to take out the swirl marks that you see when you're there. Excuse me. Cafeteria serving line is operational. There's a couple items that the contractor took back to make some repairs, so it looks a little nicer so that there's no wiring or anything that comes down where people can see it. Kitchen area is ready for equipment installation. The hoods are all in. The fire suppression system is in. Dish machine is installed. They're still doing some operational stuff on that. The renovated bathrooms in the first floor in area A are ready to have fixtures put in. The new bathrooms behind the commons area are ready to have fixtures put in as well. The back of the stage area, the set shop and choral area, they poured the trenches today back there to fill the piping in. So they'll be starting the walls in there probably within the next week. Next slide, please. The second floor in area A is being worked on. The demo is just about done. The roughing in plumbing and ductwork and overhead ductwork and installing heating and cooling units. The renovated bathrooms, the stud walls are up there. They haven't put drywall up on them yet, but they did get the stud walls up last week. The learning stairs are poured. The contractors stayed off of them so that they could set without cracking. The concrete has to be polished on those. Commons area is being painted. Courtyard area is being graded for Hanover Architectural to come in and lay the tiles that they're going to put in the courtyard. Sidewalks in the area behind the cafeteria and along the E-wing and under hall are completed as of today. Next slide, please. The front parking area outside the athletics entrance is being prepped for paving. The parking lot along Parkway is being prepped for paving. They had hoped to have that paving done by the end of this month. I think that's going to be close, but I hope they can get it in. Next slide, please. We didn't have any issues this month, and we don't have any outstanding. There's the numbers. The pay apps approved to date: $39,715,608.90. Where the 90 cents came from. The net change by change orders to date is $914,527.09. The 90 cents is because Thomas is accurate, probably. Next slide, please. That's the Gold Gym after they had sanded the floor, being prepped to get the floor finish on and the lines. Next slide, please. Those are the terrazzo floors. You can see some of the swirl marks that I was talking about, and those disappear once they put the finish down on it. Next slide. That's one side of the kitchen hood. It's two-sided. The equipment goes on both sides of that hood. The fire suppression is in the hood above. Next slide, please. Those are the core and the new freezer in the kitchen. Kitchen area, they're completed. Next slide, please. that's the learning stairs after they got the steel put in, prior to pouring the concrete. You can see some of the new acoustical walls above that, the curved walls. Next slide, please. And that's the stairs after they were poured. You can see the gentleman at the top finishing off the concrete. Those will be polished. There's tile that goes in where you see the red. There's a stairway at the extreme right of that picture that you use to go up to the second floor, and then the learning steps are for people to sit on, do homework on, or read books on, whatever. Next slide, please. That's the new entrance at the end of the E-wing, 100 hall, with the new canopy, and you can see the sidewalks in. The driveway to the left is the pickup area for students and drop off. Next slide, please. That's the parking lot along Parkway. Those are the islands that were being put into it, the curbs that were poured. The area at the top of the picture is the end of the 100 hallway in the E-wing. Next slide, please. That is the ramp for the loading dock for the cafeteria. They were just finishing pouring it. They had one section to do yet when I was there. That's for the trucks to back down in and unload the food and supplies from the building. Next slide, please. That's a shot of the commons area outside the library on the second floor. I had never seen a slide of that. You had never seen a slide of that yet, as it was finished, with the furniture and the ramp and the acoustical ceiling. Next slide, please. That is the artist's rendering of the front of the building. Next slide, please. And that is what it looked like as of September the 12th, so it's pretty close. I think that's it, Carrie. Yeah. Any questions?
Questions for Gil?
First meeting with no questions. Okay, I'll take it.
Gil, I'd like to ask a couple questions.
You jinxed
I
yourself.
take that. Go ahead.
I'm a little confused since I haven't toured the high school. Which gym is new? And which, I think the blue gym's old, right? The gold gym's new?
Well, both gyms are old.
Okay, so
but-
they're both,
but
they were.
the gold
okay.
gym was renovated.
Okay.
The blue gym, I believe, is having a new floor condition and everything put in it.
Yeah, so the way we've been explaining it is the new gym is the blue gym. So the new gym was in the 90s. So we're calling that the blue gym. And then the old gym, which was with the original building, will be the gold gym. Because we thought that was the easiest way to remember it. New blue, old gold.
I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, I remember that.
Right?
And the old gym is the one with all the new work in it.
Yes, so don't get confused.
That's what's confusing me. That's why I had to ask this question tonight.
Trust me, I'm there 3 days a week, and I'm so confused about that. But the gold gym has new bleachers in it, new padding. They completely redid the floor, paint, new scoreboards. They painted the ceiling. They put new air conditioning in.
It's great.
It does look very nice.
So the gold gym was done in the air conditioning as well as the blue gym?
Blue gym isn't done yet for air conditioning.
Right, but it's gonna be done, right?
Yeah.
Within the grant.
Within the grant?
In the grant
Right.
money, yeah. If you guys approve the grant, it'll be done.
And the old gym was the original gym, which is really older than the new gym that we're calling, or no, wait a minute. Now I'm confused again. So the old gym is
Is the one that got renovated.
the one that renovated,
The original high school.
which is the blue.
Which is
The one that's getting.
Old gold.
Old gold, okay, so so that was the one that get renovated. I'm sorry I have to ask this.
No, that's okay.
It's so confusing, because I hear old, I hear blue, I hear gold, I hear blue, I hear gold, and I don't know which one came first.
Well, when we do our walkthrough.
Yeah, that
we'll
needs to
sure-
be,
yes.
yeah. Where were the basketball games that I went to? Where?
Blue gym.
Blue, that was the blue gym, okay, now I know.
Which is the new gym.
Which is the new?
New
Blue's new.
And the old gym has new cross-court basketball nets and fixtures and everything in it now. So we have two cross-court basketball courts and one full court.
Wasn't there a floor put in, some special turf or something in one of the rooms?
That was in the multi-purpose room in the new.
Okay, that's a multi-purpose room, so there's another room. Well, maybe we'll get to see that. What it is.
You guys need to do a walkthrough.
He's doing it next.
Next week.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Nick Victor.
He is.
Do we have any other questions? No, thank you very much.
Wait,
Thank you, Gil.
Well,
Done.
Nick's moving on now, it's okay. So, we have two gyms, an old gym and a newer gym.
Yes.
If I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So, I think you just said, if I absorb this correctly, the older gym got the most renovation recently, has received the most renovation, new air conditioning, did you say new floor as well?
Not a new floor, they skived off the varnish and all the garbage that was on it, and they put a new coating and new lines and
Okay.
on that floor.
Okay, so would it be fair to say, just to try to get a level of total understanding between the two gyms, would it be fair to say that when the construction is done, barring the fact that the board needs to support putting new air conditioning in the new gym, right, because the old one just got the air conditioning, would it be fair to say that both gyms would then be pretty much completely redone or refurbished?
I can say about the gold gym, yes. The blue gym, I'm not real familiar with since we haven't really done a whole lot in there yet.
So does it need, the blue gym, does it need anything else besides air conditioning?
I can't answer that.
I think we
We're just
approved the
getting
sound
one, yeah.
system.
We just had a sound system.
So it's refurbished as to, when was that built?
Late nineties.
Late 90s, yeah.
2000.
So it's refurbished as to that standard.
Okay, so
There
it
has,
sounds
there's
like
been
it's-
nothing done with the building project to that gym.
Yeah.
Yet, but we're gonna do the air conditioning, right?
We're doing-
If we all support it.
The two capital projects that have been
Is the air
approved for that is
conditioning?
the air conditioning and the sound system.
Sound system, okay, sound system. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to ask a trick question.
No problem. I
Thank
get
you.
confused about it sometimes too, so.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gil.
And board members will be meeting in the high school lobby next Monday, a week from today, at 4:30 PM. Am I right about that? That's
Yeah, 4:30.
I'll send you a reminder on that on Friday.
All right, Dr. Fiaski.
Right. So today was a professional learning day. It also includes our learning support teachers receive some PD also. And now, just a reminder that our learning support teachers support 199 students, K through 12 in our district with learning support needs. So when we look at that number, we can even break it down to our higher needs classes that require additional support. For example, our intensive learning support classrooms, which are K through 12, serve about 45 students who receive one-on-one instruction or small group instruction at their individual instructional level. We have 3 emotional support classrooms that serve 23 students, K to 12, who are working on developing coping strategies, building self-esteem, building regulation strategies, strengthening their resilience so they can be back out into the regular programs. And remember, we also have our new autistic class this year that supports 8 students who benefit from a highly structured environment. With those students have to have clear routines, visual supports, predictable schedules to help reduce their anxiety and improve their comprehension. So all these extra higher needs classes are supported by our 2 school psychologists. One's the elementary psychologist and one's the secondary 6 through 12. And 2 behavior specialists, which is also divided by 1 elementary and 1 secondary behavior specialist. And they provide those classrooms lots of ongoing consultation, behavioral planning, emotional support, ensure that those students are receiving consistent and targeted interventions across all settings. So all our students are receiving a lot of good instructional strategies from our team, and we continue to provide our teachers with that development, like I said, the hands down to help support also to make sure all our students are getting their needs met.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Fiaski?
Carolyn,
Yes.
3 emotional support classes, how many students for that? I know you went fast, I didn't get a chance to write them.
23, right?
23. And you're saying we have 199 students within the learning support teachers? 45?
Altogether, 199, then when you break that down, those students are part of that 199.
They're part of the 199,
Yes.
and 45 students were,
Intensive learning support.
what was it called?
Intensive learning
Oh,
support.
intensive learning support. I couldn't write as fast as you were talking about.
That's okay.
Learning support. Now, are you seeing an uptick of support needed this year compared to last year and years prior, or is it just staying even keel?
Well, I would say because of the need of the autistic classroom this year, that was
Okay.
a lot more, it varies every
Okay,
year. It's
okay.
really, you really don't know. You try to predict based on what you've had in the past, but like I said, this year, we had all those autism students this year, so it just varies.
And how's that been going? Because it's new, I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
Yeah, well, so far so good. I
Good.
mean, do they have their ups and downs? Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
They do, but they're working really hard and we got a lot of support with them and we're, yeah. it's going well.
And your autistic classroom teacher has had no issues, she's been able to handle it?
Well, she has a lot of support.
She has a lot of support, okay, good.
It's like a village.
Yes,
It's
it
a
has to be a village, correct.
It wouldn't just be her, but yes, it's a village.
Correct, it's a village, yeah. And then, I know how intensive that can be with autistic children, so that's why I'm asking you, making sure it's going along good. Because it was put on us because obviously, I guess it was LIU quit doing it or whatever. Or no, not Spring Road, Spring
Well,
Road.
everybody has.
Their own
needs,
student.
Yes, but they have to fill their.
And we'd be hard pressed to say that if we got one more student,
Well, we'll figure it out.
we'll have to figure it out. But I appreciate you giving an update on that. I just
Are
wanted
you
to make sure we were
taking
doing okay.
answers from the peanut gallery? Because Carolyn, you know that I'm here.
I will say that,
Unfortunately, unfortunately, we can't take comments from the audience except for during public comment, but.
Perfect, I'll see you at the
appreciate
next meeting to take care of that.
Yeah, we would appreciate that,
Absolutely.
and we look forward to it.
I will say at the pep rally, the autistic class children were very good, very, very, very noticeably good, and so well taught.
Dr. Fiaski, you mentioned 199 of our students are identified with an IEP or a plan.
And, yeah.
And we have approximately 1,700 students, am I correct about that, in Littlestown School District? So that comes out to less than 12%. I believe the common,
But it doesn't include, these are just the students here in our district. I don't have, there's more that are placed outside the district.
Right.
Yeah.
That's still slightly less than 12%. I believe the Commonwealth average in most public schools is between 15 and 20% somewhere. So actually, we're doing a pretty darn good job of maintaining our kids in regular education.
I
Thank you.
think that the
Thank you.
1,700 is probably a conservative estimate of the total number of students.
Because that's probably just, also in the district, not other.
Gotcha, thank you.
But our last report that came out last year for special ed, we are below the state average for
Yes.
our percentages.
That was my point, thank you.
Okay. Dr. Naylor, I'm assuming he's not here tonight.
He's on vacation.
Yeah,
On
that's my
vacation.
mistake.
John, do you have a safety update? No, I'll put you on the spot. Dr. Berrigan.
So as Carolyn mentioned, today was an in-service day. We focused on a variety of different things, but I wanted to take some of this time to thank the building leadership and the teachers for their dedication, for their work on the curriculum throughout the day, really going into some data analysis and looking at some instructional practices. So we had training today in some different features in iReady and taking a look at that data. Focusing on conducting data chats with students and helping them set goals for their learning, looking at the different resources that are available in there. Different teams were writing curriculum today, and they were also looking at some differentiated supervision, or differentiated instruction, for some of those small group settings. Elementary math teachers participated in a professional development today with Mrs. Bennett. She did a great job. She was talking with them on incorporating those higher order thinking questions into their lessons to engage students, promoting participation, really talking about how our students need to learn very concretely for that fluency before we start moving into having them represent math facts and then into abstracts. So making sure for that fluency that we're really doing that explicit instruction, much like we're doing in structured literacy. And Mrs. Staub also did some work today in structured literacy with the ELA team at the elementary school, and then at the middle school and high school, they were also working on their structured literacy, the teachers that are learning support. While Dr. Becker and Mrs. Golden are here tonight, I just wanted to take a minute to really give them a shout out. They both met with their teams today at a faculty meeting, and there's been some planning going on for a couple of years for some things, but these two really hit it out of the ballpark. Meeting with their staffs, going over some of that secondary planning, what schedules, bell schedules would look like for next year. Really having both staff understand that there was concessions on both sides, but that we really did make the best schedule for a secondary school to function at a high level. And I thought they both did just a fabulous job today getting that message across to their staff. Dr. Moyer actually said, he goes, I've never seen a high school staff not push back. Like, high school staffs are notorious questioners, they're gonna push back, they want reasoning, all really, really good things. But Nate did a really nice job of sharing the process, the whys, the reasoning. Ms. Golden had some questions, but they weren't pushback questions, they were just more clarifying, and I got the impression from both staff meetings that staff are really excited for when they do come together. So again, you guys did an amazing job with that, so thank you. That's my report.
Thank you, Dr. Berryman. Any questions?
Judy, how are we looking on the aspect of the iReady and coinciding with the PSSAs?
So Mr. Moran's team and Courtney's team are almost finished doing their data meetings with that and doing that correlation. And iReady actually had told us last year when we went into it that they were doing, like, updating their research on that and getting the correlations. So we've been taking a look at that, and I should have that for you either the November 25th CCNP meeting or the December CCNP meeting with our Future Ready data.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Good. So we'll see how it's correlating by then. Great. I'm interested to see, because I'm really anxious to see it move in the right direction. Obviously, everybody in here, I'm sure, wants to see it.
We all want to see it move.
We all want to see it move. But I'm anxious to see, it's like putting an engine in a car, you want to know if it starts after you're done. So I kind of want to see how we're doing, you know, and go from there. But
We're still putting the engine in.
We
but
really
we're
appreciate
doing
that
good.
question. I have in my past experiences, I have a fair amount of experience with iReady, and I do believe that it is closely aligned to Pennsylvania standards and those concepts and so on. So I am cautiously optimistic that alignment is going to really benefit our kids when it comes to those state assessment scores. I appreciate your question.
yeah, thank you for clarifying that.
If I could just to go off of that, one of the things that they were showing them today in their training is for every kid, as they're working through their pathways in iReady, they can pull up and see which standards the kids have already mastered that align with the Pennsylvania standards and what standards they're still working on. And so that's where some of that differentiation comes in. So if you have like this group of 5 kids who are still working on this, you can provide different resources for them, and then different resources for other kids who have other standards to master. So I thought that was really good. That's kind of a new thing that we had seen today as to how to pull that data out as well.
Well, coming from a diagnostic standpoint, you know, when I would diagnose computer problems, I would always have a diagnostic tree, and what you're saying is exactly what I want to hear. That you can see some correlation to improvement, and there's other correlations showing it needs improvement. And that data will help us move the students forward. That's what I like to hear, because once you figure out, if you kind of gloss over the whole thing, you don't get to the specifics of what the real problem is. That's my point, and we kind of overlook it. That's why I wanted to get into the details of what they're really showing, the iReady, so that we're concentrating per student on what they have a problem with. I think that's a great, like Moyer said, he said it's had great success. I'd like to see it work. I really would love to see it work, because we purchased it, and it would be great if it did. And the district would start climbing really well. Thank you.
And I can share as a parent, I can see a difference in reports from what we had to this new
Good,
stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll get good data.
great. Thank you.
Tom, you're up.
Right, so I have a couple brief updates. So the first one, we received our second round of energy efficiency incentive checks. What this is efforts by Victor to work with our energy provider to install energy efficient fixtures and equipment in the new building. So like I said, we received 2 checks, one for phase 1, which was just over $38,000, and then now for phase 2, just over $48,000. So we received about $86,000, a little over $86,000 for our energy efficient efforts that Victor led with First Energy. Second is our district transportation vehicles. As I mentioned, they all sold via auction or scrap. We received a total of $77,800 for all those vehicles. Original estimates back in May when we were looking to outsource was around $25,000. So we received significantly more in that. Several of the vehicles did very well, unanticipated at the auction. Both of those revenue streams will go into the general fund, and the board will have opportunity to allocate those next year this time when we go through our audit. The next portion is October 7th SPS, which was said the committee is looking to separate capital projects into potential phases. Tonight's part 1 up for discussion, and then we'll be reviewing part 2 through the walkthrough next Monday at 4:30. We look forward to all the board members coming to walk through both the high school and ACES through that. And then lastly, which was mentioned by Gil, is the high school food serving line did open up Wednesday. That was on our Thunderbolt post. If you didn't see that, the pictures look great, and we've heard some great feedback from students that they really like that the serving line's open. It's the first time they've had a hot, like not hot meal, but a served meal in that fashion since last May. So it's been quite some time for the high school students. So I know I was up there with Dr. Pepper, and they're very quite happy after the getting to see that serving line. So those are important.
Awesome. Very great news from business and operations. Any questions for Tom?
Tom, these energy efficiency checks, you said 38,000, 48,000?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, do they come straight from First Energy?
Yes.
Are they like a rebate from what we pay, or?
They come through the building, walk through the building, and verify our energy efficiency efforts, and then they calculate what that energy efficiency equates to, essentially with a reimbursement on those efforts. So we save by installing, like you see here, motion sensors, some water fixtures, stuff like that, that help, so that they get kicked back for that.
Now, have you seen yourself reduction in the electric usage for all this? Or you really don't know?
We haven't, since construction's still
Okay.
ongoing, or using.
Okay. Okay.
Lights, if you go drive by at night, the lights are still on, we're still operating under construction.
Yeah, that's not a fair question. I just was curious if you had seen any movement at all.
We hope to see that once the construction is completed, we get a new baseline of what that energy cost will be on a month-to-month basis.
Great.
Is that
Great. I
coming
mean,
into the general fund?
Yes, correct, yep. That's deposited into the general fund, and then, yeah, I would say the board will be able to look at that.
I'm very happy to hear about the buses.
Yep.
That was very welcoming news. So, that's a good thing.
We're still coordinating them to leave our lot, but
Yeah, I was gonna answer, that was my next question. That's okay, I see a few buses with the little stuff taken off of it. Are they the ones that are leaving?
Correct, yeah, I think we still have 6 or 7 buses that have to be coordinated for pickup yet.
Okay. So these could be anybody in any state?
Yes, whoever won the auction.
Great.
I'm not
Great.
sure where they come from.
Great job. Thank you.
Any other questions for Tom?
Oh, yes, and maybe what's happening with the, budget? And how close are we to having to take out a loan to continue?
As of now, we are
Operating.
still operating as normal. We would still, without the state, we would still have at least closer to the end of November, December, so we would have to have discussions as a board as to what next steps would be. So, as you know, taxes get collected the most heavily in September, so we have most of that cash to get us through until